What's up YouTube, Capital G here, checking out the brand new Scrap Link monster that just got revealed. Yes, you heard me correctly, Scraps are actually going to get a Link monster. To me, this was one of the biggest shocks of the night when I was watching that live stream, just because, Scraps are 8 years old, they're from the 5Ds era. They were kind of popular back then, and they were obviously competitive on the regional level. They had a bunch of regional top 8s, but I kind of thought that Konami would have forgotten about them as an archetype, and what's even more kind of incredible is the fact that this card is absolutely amazing. So let's go ahead and break down Scrap Wyvern. It's a Link 2, it's an Earth Dragon type monster. It has 1700 attack and it points to the left and to the bottom. The materials are really nice. It just requires 2 monsters, including a Scrap monster. This does leave open the option of running not only tokens like Scapegoat, but also things like Instant Fusion or maybe even Mind Control if you're going second, because whatever your opponent's monster is, you can use that as long as you're using a Scrap monster. So the summoning conditions are very good in my opinion. First and second are both hard once per turn. First effect says you can target one Scrap monster in your graveyard, special summon it, then destroy one card you control. The second effect says if a face-up Scrap monster is destroyed by a card effect while this card is face-up, you can special summon one Scrap monster from your deck, then destroy one card on the field. This might sound like blasphemy, but this card is so ridiculously good, it's almost unbelievable. When you look at this card, first off, Scraps have so many easy ways of summoning this. I talked about some of them earlier, but obviously there is the, Scrap Chimera play that can get back one of your tuners, and instead of going for a Synchro play or even an Exceed play, you could instantly go into Scrap Wyvern. Second, this guy has a built-in Monster Reborn. This means that you can actually now summon something like, Scrap Dragon back from the graveyard. Scrap Dragon not nearly as powerful as it was back in the 5Ds days. I think most of us would probably rather go into Omega or Borreload Savage Dragon if we're going for, generic like monsters that are level 8 for synchros. But now that you can bring Scrap Dragon back from the graveyard, that's pretty important. Also, when you look at the first effect, the fact is to really activate the second effect, all you have to do is bring back a monster from your graveyard and then blow up that monster. Like when you blow up that Scrap monster, not only will you be able to blow up a card on your opponent's side of the field, but you now get a Scrap monster from your deck. And keep in mind, if you summon Scrap Golem, that's a card that also has a Monster Reborn built into it, so you're really not going to be losing anything. All you're going to be doing is gaining offense. To be completely honest, when I look at the second effect of this card, I kind of feel like you don't even need to play Scrap Factory anymore, because this card basically has Scrap Factory built into it, except you also get the blow up cards on your opponent's side of the field. Honestly, I don't think that either effect should really ever be dead, because as soon as you use one Scrap monster to make this, all you have to do is just bring back that same Scrap monster and then blow it up, and then you can get back, or you can get a Golem from your deck. You can start blowing cards up on your opponent's side of the field and popping off. So because of Scrap Wyvern, I kind of feel like Factory is outdated, because this guy has a built-in Factory and the upside is just so much higher. Built-in Monster Reborn summons a monster from the deck and lets you blow up a card on your opponent's side of the field. That is pretty damn ridiculous. And then all at the same time, keep in mind that people might have forgotten this, when you do blow up your Scrap tuners, they basically let you get other Scrap monsters from the graveyard, not including themselves. So you're not even going to be taking a neg if you're constantly blowing up your tuners as well. If Scraps can get a good defensive infrastructure around them, man, I don't know, they might be a regional top 8 level. I'm just saying. But whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. For Scraps to just kind of get a Link monster out of nowhere and for it to be one of the better Link monsters in the set, I am thoroughly impressed by what Konami did and the job that they did on this card particularly. So whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.